What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite athletic nerd, Cliff Notes, and I'm back. Welcome back to the channel. Before I start the video, I just want to remind everybody, if you could like and subscribe to the video on my channel, that would be greatly appreciated. It helps out a lot. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Be afraid, be afraid. Want a bitch, that's for y'all. We the players in the game. Cliff Notes, Cliff Notes, Cliff Notes, Cliff Notes. Cliff Notes, Cliff Notes.
The Philadelphia 76ers are currently the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference and only 9-8 in the new year. They just recently went 0-4 on a tough road trip. This is a team picked widely amongst media to be representing the Eastern Conference in the playoffs. And I'm here to ask, how did a team with all this talent in the offseason get here? And honestly, the answers are pretty simple to me. To start off, roster construction. Add a $100 million center in free agency to start beside Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, who both operate most effectively out of the paint, wasn't one of the best decisions by Owen Brett. It was then made worse when no shooters or shot creators were added to the roster out of free agency, when this class seemed to have those exact type players that the Sixers needed. With the team so locked in on being big and scoring from the paint, there's only one problem. There's no space. The Sixers lead the NBA in post-ups per game, but the only problem is those post-up players are seeing multiple double teams throughout the game, and then they're kicking it out to non-shooters. And I don't even want to say non-shooters, honestly, because we have some pretty capable shooters, but they're just not consistent enough to where NBA defenses have to key in on them as a threat. For example, if Joel Embiid gets double teamed in the post, he then has to kick it out to non-consistent shooters. The Bucks won't close out hard enough, and they can still keep a hand in the paint to Joel Embiid, and then they're not rushing out to go guard a shooter because they'll basically live with us shooting the ball. Now on the head coach Brett Brown. While it might seem he may be handicapped with this roster, that's no excuse for how the team has looked this season. Each game, it seems like players are confused on what to do or where to go on offense. They shoot way too many threes not to be a shooting team. And the biggest problem out of all of this is that the two franchise players that are under him, in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, have not shown any progression under him in the past 3 years. At times, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, it seems like they regressed. Joel Embiid is down to 23 points per game after averaging 27 last season, and Ben Simmons has stayed at 16 points per game. Both were expected to make major leaps after the shot in Toronto. This is so alarming because Brett Brown was bought in and his specialty was player development. His rotations are confusing more times than not. He doesn't know how to get players the ball in scoring positions. His defensive scheme is lacking, especially for a team that was hyped up to be the best defensive team ever. His timeout decisions are questionable. And honestly, it seems like he lost the ear of the locker room. The Sixers did recently just add Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson III to the lineup to help with some shooting and shot creation. Burks averaged 16 points per game and shot 37% from three in just 29 minutes over in Golden State. And Glenn Robinson III averaged 12 points per game on 40% shooting from three. This will definitely add some much needed shooting, ball handling, shot creation, a lot of things that the Sixers team is lacking. I will say this, the Sixers have not been the healthiest team this season, with Tobias being the only lone starter to play all 53 games this season. When the Sixers do have their starting five, they are 11-8 with little to no chemistry, so that is a winning record. And they have convincing wins over contending teams like Milwaukee, Miami, and Boston. So I'm not even gonna lie, that is a bright side to the season and something that teams can look forward to, because we've always said that the Sixers are one of those teams that you just feel like they can beat any team in the league in a 7-game series. So hopefully when all 5 starters are healthy and the new pieces are added and adjusted into the game plan and the scheme, then the Sixers can live up to that preseason hype and hopefully make a deep run in the playoffs. But other than that, there are some problems in Philly right now, and it's definitely a time to be worried. There's about 30 games left of the season, if that. So hopefully they can get on a run. Luckily, the East is pretty jumbled up still. I think they're only about 3 games back from the 3 seed, honestly. So if they can go on a run, grab that 3 seed, and get some type of home court advantage, it'll definitely work for them. But right now, it's a lot going on in Philly, and no matter what happens in the offseason, they're going to have to take a look at that front office, the roster construction, who they want to build the team around, or just get shooters for Joel and Ben, honestly. But other than that, like I said, like and subscribe to the video. It helps out a lot. Thank y'all for tuning in. And make sure y'all listen to my podcast, SI6, Sixers and 6, for all my Sixers fans out there. Go to the YouTube link. Don't just view it on Twitter, because it's not going to be the whole video. And that's it. I'm out. Cliff Notes. Bow!
My time to shine, I feel like Kyrie, coming second to nobody. Yeah. You think I'm lying? Well, then watch me get in where you're getting body. Yeah. Tunnel vision, nothing foggy. See the trophy, it's an